What is happening, Magnus? Sites? Oh, somebody sent me an article about this, and I was actually about to do a video on it, but the Wonder has come to the rescue, and I know he's going to have some extra tidbits that's probably not in the article, so let's check this out.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and with Black Panther Wakanda Forever finally being in theaters, that marks the last movie of Marvel's Phase 4. We do have the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, but that isn't a full movie. So now we are entering Phase 5 of the MCU, but most importantly, we are truly entering the multiverse saga of the MCU. Yes, technically Phase 4 is part of the multiverse saga, however, it wasn't exactly what we thought it would be. It was the start,
Damn right.
We are really going to dive into it, especially with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania coming in February, and the big introduction of Marvel's new big bad, Kang the Conqueror, the Master of Time. This will truly get us started with the multiverse saga and lead up to Avengers Secret Wars. And today, we have some really cool details about Avengers Secret Wars, details that fans have been wanting and have been hoping for a very long time. And it's looking like everybody's hopes and dreams are actually going to happen in Avengers Secret Wars. So today we're going to be talking about a pretty big plot point of Avengers Secret Wars, one that fans have definitely been hoping for. Now, Avengers Secret Wars in the comics is about the multiverse, just like we're going through in the MCU right now. And what ultimately ends up happening is that all of the universes kind of collide into each other and they leave only one universe left. Now, there is the story of Battleworld in the comics, but I don't think we're going to go down that route in the MCU per se. It's more likely going to be a simple multiverse incursion story where the entire multiverse itself is threatened. Every universe in the multiverse will be threatened with destruction. So the heroes from each universe are going to have to band together, making a multiversal Avengers team, a multiversal superhero team, to go up against one, Kang the Conqueror, and two, whoever else might be on Kang's side. Because if you think it's just Kang that we're going to have to worry about, you might be wrong. Because Kang most likely has an army, and his army most likely includes variants of characters that we know and love. Because keep in mind, in other universes, some of our heroes might actually be villains and could actually be on Kang's side, and we could possibly see this start to happen as early on as in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Rumor has it that we'll see some variants in that movie. Which variants we'll see of which characters remains to be seen. But today we do have a little bit of details about Avengers Secret Wars coming from our buddy Paul over at Heavy Spoilers, a friend of the channel's.
We'll move on, and I'll get right into it.
And right now, everybody's talking about what he said in his latest video, giving some details of what we might see in Avengers Secret Wars. This is what he has to say in regards to what Marvel Studios' president, Kevin Feige, wants for Avengers Secret Wars, and trust me, the fans want this too. Here's what Paul had to say. Feige's dream and his vision is to have a similar scene to the Portals one at the end of Avengers Endgame. Okay. However, instead of just being restricted to MCU characters, we'll have multiple Marvel franchises converging at this point. This will include Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, several X-Men cast members, Fantastic Four ones, and so on and so forth. Okay. Kang will have ravaged multiple dimensions at this point, and there will be a final stand against him. Now, this is pretty much every single Marvel fan's dream. Have all of the Marvel characters together, or at least most of them, at the same time. There's actually kind of an underlying secretly cool thing about Kevin Feige wanting to include past franchises of Marvel into this movie. I mean, obviously, just visually, it would be fantastic, but Kevin Feige actually worked on all of these past franchises. He worked on all of these previous movies, the X-Men films, the Fantastic Four films, the Spider-Man films. In the 2000 X-Men movie, he was an associate producer. In the 2002 Spider-Man movie, an executive producer. He even was a co-producer on Daredevil. X-Men 2, he was a producer for the Hulk. The list is extremely long. Pretty much every single Marvel project, including Blade, the original Blade, not the one that's about to be rebooted, and the Fantastic Four. So this is probably a dream come true for Kevin Feige. He is going to get to include characters from old franchises that he worked on that started his career. This was before the MCU existed and before he became president of Marvel Studios. So what a perfect opportunity to kind of combine his past with the future. I really think this is pretty cool, and congrats to Kevin Feige on this. But what is going to be even cooler for the fans is seeing all of these characters on screen together. Now, what is the reason for them doing this? Is it just for fanfare? Is it just to please the fans? No. But Avengers Endgame did set the bar pretty dang high, and having all of these characters on screen together is certainly a way to outdo and go bigger than Avengers Endgame. Now, who exactly can we expect to see? Well, given Kevin Feige's plans, we can expect to see a lot of different characters show up. And like I mentioned, Kevin Feige was pretty much involved with every single Marvel project, starting with the year 2000 X-Men. So basically, if any Marvel character at all has been on screen before, that character is fair game and could very well end up in Avengers Secret Wars. Now, of course, we could see characters that haven't been on screen yet, and we could see simply different variants of them. This is what happened in Multiverse of Madness. We saw Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. He does not exist in our main universe yet, but they still introduced him and showed him on screen anyways. You could probably expect the same thing to happen. We will see past, present, and future superheroes in Secret Wars. Now, as far as the actual scene is concerned, Paul says that Kevin Feige's vision is to have a scene pretty similar to the Portal scene in Avengers Endgame. That doesn't mean that this will necessarily be a Portals scene. However, I do think that in some way, shape, or form, it will essentially be somewhat of a Portal scene, just not necessarily done by Doctor Strange. I think that it will actually be more like when we saw Reed Richards appear in the Illuminati scene in Multiverse of Madness. I think it's going to be actual multiversal technology that is going to be used to bring all of these other characters from different universes into one main universe. After all, in the comics, Nathaniel Richards, aka the original Kang the Conqueror, is said to be a descendant of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. And a lot of fans really noticed that the technology that was used in Multiverse of Madness that teleported Reed Richards into the room looked a lot like the technology that the TVA used to open up their portals. So they probably could link the two. So I'm assuming that this is the technology going to be used to teleport everybody to the same universe. We could even see the Council of Reeds, at least a variation of the Council of Reeds. But I believe that this could be how the universes all communicate with each other and plan to come together to fight against Kang before the entire multiverse is destroyed. This entire scene kind of seems like a no-brainer at this point, based off of what Marvel Studios has already been developing, especially if you consider what happened in Multiverse of Madness, including the post-credit scene where they talk about incursions and how incursions have already happened in the multiverse. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where universes are simply disappearing and being wiped away, and Kang the Conqueror is going to also conquer many different universes as well and have a multiversal army. So it will eventually get to the point where all of the heroes from the different universes will have to come together and unite to take on Kang the Conqueror. And what's really cool is that this could happen in one universe or it could happen in multiple different universes. So the potential for Secret Wars to be the biggest movie of all time is definitely there. Especially if Kevin Feige does get his wish and pulls this scene off, which I have no doubt that this will happen. But let me know your thoughts about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest MCU news. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Well, those are some big rumors, but look, there's a whole lot of stuff that we didn't think we were going to get a chance to see, and we did, and I think this is all possible. Every single one of them. There's nothing here that I'm just like, nah, that ain't going to happen, nah, that ain't going to happen. Yeah. We're probably going to, I mean, this will most likely, if they do it right and they don't woke everything up and they course correct. This is if they do not woke everything up and they course correct. This will be bigger than Endgame. It'll be the biggest thing. And then the biggest thing after that would be a crossover between DC and Marvel. That is what would be the topper of it all. Got what I'm saying? So, you got Gunn over there getting things right. He gets things running on DC where it's running neck and neck with Marvel. After the end of this Secret Wars and everything, come on now. They're going to have to do the crossovers then. And that'll be huge. That'll be the biggest, they do that right, that'll be the biggest event of all time. I don't have any superhero burnout, by the way. I know a lot of people have superhero burnout. I don't. What I have is woke burnout. Alright? Just course correct. Get everybody what they've been wanting. You know what I'm saying? And everything will be fine. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my reaction and thoughts on all of this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo!